Well, today's video, we got ourselves a truck a few weeks ago. I bought it for myself and Danielle has adopted it. So I got this pretty cheap out of the auction. It's an old, we have Manitoba Hydro here, so anybody local knows what that is. That's what this truck was. So it's like the gas and electric company. So it's a 8 or 9, I forget, Chevy, but it's a one ton single rear wheel, which is what I wanted, 4x4, gas. So this is the biggest truck you can own here without a yearly inspection. So that's why I wanted it. 10,000 pounds is what can kind of the whole thing can weigh, and it's 6,200 or something like that. So we can haul anything we want, put anything in the back we want. I have dreams of turning it into a tow truck. I have all sorts of stuff in my head of what I want to do. But for the time being, we have to work truck it because it's plain Jane white regular cab long bed, which again I want a regular cab long bed for hauling stuff. There's a few things that drive me nuts about it. The reflective strip is hard to take for me, so we gotta peel it off. I actually already started on this side. It came up really nice. Heat gun, a little bit of goo gone. I just want to see if it's going to come off where I claimed I was going to do it, but it came out fender like nothing, so it'll be a little screwed around to get that taken care of. These trucks rot out apparently all the time right here. So this one is, it's not great. I'm going to see if I can just kind of scuff it up and put some rust converter on it, a little bit of body work, and then I got some touch-up paint will do it. So this truck was actually an out-of-town truck, so it wasn't a city truck, so it didn't see a lot of salt and all. It's really nice underneath, but the stone chips, it got beat to hell for being on gravel roads. We'll just look at the hood. It needs a hood painted. So we'll deal with that down the road. For right now though, the ugly strip on the side and the wheel well. This one's actually not too bad. This thing originally, it had a big fiberglass kind of campery looking thing in it, so the bed's not all beat to hell. I'm looking for a bed liner. It did scratch up the box sides, and it didn't have a tailgate, so I got this one off just some miscellaneous truck. It's a little beat up, a little rotten, so see if we maybe touch that up as well. It's got the old man kind of hydro step.
Or the short people hydro step.
Yeah, it's actually handy, I like it. Inside, kind of the, you know, it is what it is. It's got power windows, power locks. It's, what else we got going on there? Air tilt cruise. What else do you want?
A radio.
Radio, it's actually not all too beat up. Seats in decent shape. 6-liter gas motor, which I wanted. 6-speed transmission. I mean, what else is there to want? This thing can haul anything, do anything I want. It'll start in the winter. It should be reliable. It's got 300K on it, so I don't know, it's like 200,000 miles. So it's like just getting broken in for a GM. Anyway, so what we're gonna do, stupid birds.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. We're gonna scuff this up a little bit. The other side's worse, so we're gonna hit it with the sander real quick. I have that rust converter, rust check stuff I put on. It'll neutralize whatever we got for rust. We're just gonna body filler over it and go from there. These things, I was under it. It's a stupid design. So you have the box side here, and then the fender well goes like that. It creates a little channel for all this dirt stuff to sit. So I was at work. I pulled the taillight out, and you can blow it all out. So I did that. So I'll rust check the inside, and then I have that anti-rust junk I'm going to blow in there as well to hopefully prevent it from going any worse, because full-size boxes are hard to find on these things that aren't rotten because they all rot out. So they're like $2,500 or something like that, which is like half what we paid for the truck, which I'm not doing for a box. A tailgate, I believe they're all the same, just in the half ton. So we find a nice tailgate, we're good. It's your generic white. It has tinted windows, it's got rear defrost, it's got a few little things, it's got the towing mirrors, pretty sweet. We all need that, they're ridiculous. You put some regular mirrors on it. Steel wheels, it is what it is. So, we're gonna try and like de-work truck it, make it look a little bit better so when it's sitting on the street, it doesn't look like we're coming to turn your power off, or in my case, usually it's turning it back on because it's always cut off. Yeah, that's all we're gonna do. So we'll get started at it. We're gonna do this, I thought this would be a fun little project. It's a gorgeous day in November, which is super rare, so we can work on it outside. We're moving a bunch of stuff, garbage, out of the other place next door. Ripping down shelving and stuff, getting the garage ready to get a little bit of work done on it. So we'll kind of be back and forth. I don't know if we'll film any of that, maybe a little bit, but mostly we're making a 1-ton work truck look a little bit less work trucky, even though it's white and it's a regular cab long bed work truck. get after it. Okay, so here's what we got going on. Gonna hit this with probably 80 grit, I guess it is. I took off some reflective stuff just because if you catch it in this, it just gets all gummy. So we're gonna hit it real quick. We're gonna see how it turns out. The other side's nice enough. I don't know if I should just polish it or if I actually should kind of get into it. We'll see how this turns out. Then I have this rust check converter we'll spray on after. Like I said, we're just gonna kind of lightly do it and see what happens. So there you go, actually nothing went through. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought. Still lots of metal there. Anyways, this is stuff I like to use with. Rust check, rust burr, I don't know. Pretty good. So you spray it on, it dries kind of a black, purplish kind of color. Just so you can tell this thing lives on gravel roads. Look how chewed up them tires are. Anyways, let's give it a kind of one of them. I guess it just neutralizes it or does something. I don't really know. I didn't do much on the inside because I really don't care about it. We'll give this a little once over. Let that dry. I'm gonna give it one more coat and then we'll come back and we'll filler it. While that's drying, we'll take off the front stripes. Just really better let it. Don't worry, it's not quite as noticeable once it's cleaned up. The truck's dirty. Alright, so this stuff, the problem with all adhesives, they get a little hard and they kind of leave a big residue behind. But if you put the heat to it, it's not nearly as bad. So part of this, like it ends up getting a bit of these are actually not bad up here, but they got a bit of a frilly edge. Start on a hard edge so you can get good grip on it. Let her kind of heat up. This stuff, as you put a little heat to it, starts kind of, you can see the adhesive kind of bubbling underneath. Now you don't want to go crazy because that'll have to screw the paint up, right? Get it so it just starts to kind of feel, it's not bad. So use a little more. And once it gets going, a little bit of heat and gentle pressure. Gentle, there we go. This has a bunch of dirt behind it actually. And there we go. It's hot. It should be home free. This is actually coming off real nice. I don't know if it's just like universal stuff or what the deal is, but reflective goo. And the more you kind of can keep the adhesive to the backing, the easier it'll be. So there we go. We're just kind of left with the edge, but the inside, just like back here, is pretty good. I'll do the red. Well, all I got left is the door. We'll do that real quick, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how we're going to clean it with some goo gun. Okay, so using a little bit of this. This is what I had around. Adhesive and glue remover, asphalt and tar. Honestly, it smells like acetone. So it's, I mean, the center's not bad, it's just the top, kind of bottom. So I don't know. Hose it on, and it starts getting gummy. I'll take it all off. So, get this all rubbed down. Unfortunately, it's the front and the back where the dirt kind of gets in there, and then it gets into the adhesive, makes it all gross. That's where the real issues are. But so just after one little bit, you can see we're left with the top and bottom stripe just a little bit, but it'll come off. So Good effort. Here we go. Oh, a little bit down here actually. But that's basically the gist of it. Have to polish the truck a little bit because this does kind of kill the shine. Oh, this thing is perfect to start with, but once it's all left for dead and dirty, no one will ever know. I should have washed the truck first. But... Alright, I'll get set up on the front and I'll do the other side. And by then the stuff will be dried up and we start doing a little body work in the box. Okay, so the rust converter has dried. We got the rest of the decal off and kind of clean, so the truck looks okay. Still got a little bit of residue left, but
You're a little bit of residue.
we'll wash it. Thanks for that. We'll wash it and see what's left, and we'll kind of hit it again. It's very time-consuming and gummy and gross. All such stuff. So, put a little bit filler on. I'm going to try and I'm not going to put on much. I'm not going to lie. We're just going to kind of flatten this out the best we can. Just remember, what we had was terrible. So if we're just less terrible,
It's better.
it's better. Yeah. That's all that really matters, as long as we're better. It's pretty flat, so I'm hoping I can just kind of put her on there. Hit it with the big orbital. Some of the little chips I'm just going to leave. They'll flatten out themselves. Pretty good already. Basically ready for paint. See if I can do this in one coat. Well, I'm going to do it one coat because I don't want to deal with anything else. Good on. And there we go. Let that set up. Hit it with sander. She's ready. Alright, the filler is dry. I'm gonna hit it with some 80 real quick here. Flatten it out. Then I got more stuff here if you want. I got the block. Trying to avoid going in the paint as much as possible. We're not going for perfection. We're going for good enough.
Are we ever going for
We're
perfection?
always going for perfection. Okay, so we got it all sanded down. I ground down on the inside of the lip and I put on the rust converter. Now we're just going to give it a quick coat of high build primer to fill in some of the scratches, and then we'll flatten it right out after. Not really too worried about masking. It'll be fine. Alright, give that a few minutes to dry off. We're gonna head to Canadian Tire, get a few things, and we'll come back, smooth out with a little, I don't know, maybe 300, 400 grit, and then when we paint the white, we're gonna go just a little bit more. We're gonna kind of blend it, let it dry, and then we're gonna clear, blend it yet again, so it'll kind of be a larger patch. So hopefully the white matches. I use the little chips because it's like, this is where it starts, and they have like different levels of fade. So it'll be what it'll be. Okay, we got our scuff down in like 400. So let's see if we can give it a little blend. Should be good. Just had it mixed up. Couple of coats, I'm guessing. The color matches up. It's hard to tell with all that primer, but we'll see.
That's pretty good.
Not bad, eh?
I think that looks great.
Well, we are in the shade. I think if we get it on there, then we can polish the rest of the truck, and it'll kind of, it does match where the sticker was. Pretty good. Alright, get everything wiped down. Now let's put some clear coat on, and we'll give it a little bit to kind of do its thing. Good enough. Be back in a bit once it's hardened up. We gotta wash the truck to make it not look so noticeable, I think. Look at that, it's like a whole new truck. So from here it looks pretty good. We're gonna let it set up for a couple days, then I can polish it. You can see where the overspray is. Probably in the daylight be a little worse in the sunlight, but way more presentable than it was. I picked up some touch-up paint. So I mean, this is just, you know, on a brush. A little dab will do you, so you got a little spot there, just, you know, kind of one of those, and it is what it is. It's not going to be perfect, but it's better than it was. Keep it from, you know, getting into rust and all that. I guess I should show. I do two things at once. So I'll go around, do all that. There are some big ones, and the bottom of the door has just a little bit as well. But I mean, overall, it is what it is. You know, little nicks all that around. Hide it. Is what it is. I don't think I'm gonna sand and go crazy on the other side. It just wasn't that bad. I mean, I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard choice. But you kind of hose it down a little WD-40. The rust will just kind of polish it off. Come off nicely there. Takes a little bit of time, but there you go. Just kind of goes away. A little bit. The micro fiber aren't quite good enough. Yeah, it takes it off. So I'm gonna go around and do that. Get all this junk off, so it'll be back to its color, and then I might just come in here with the touch up. This bottom sticker here, it's obviously a different kind. It was a nightmare, so I gotta fight that. I gotta wipe this side of the truck down, but well, it's still nice. I got a headlight restoration kit because the headlights on this thing are beat. Look at this. So I'm gonna you gotta like sand it, put a coating on, so I want to do that. The hood I'm fighting out. I mean, all these stone chips. I don't know. Once you start, it might look terrible, but we'll see. We'll get the headlights done. Overall, this thing is way more presentable. I am real happy with it. So we got the headlights. Yeah, we'll do the headlights first. Then I'll do all the little stone chips on my own because that's probably super boring to watch. So the kit's very simple. They come with sandpaper. I like using my own just because a little bit better quality, but basically you kind of start at 600, work up to 1500 grit, watch the paint around it, just want to get the junk off. Once it's dry, you put the new coating or whatever on it, and it's pretty much good. So wet sand it, and it's gonna one of those things where it's gonna get worse before it gets any better. Okay, so basically the first coat, it kind of came off all yellowy and brown. Once the sanding water solution, whatever, comes off kind of clear, it means you've got it all down. You got all the coating off, the junk. Now you want to run down to like 1000 and then 1500, and that's just to get the sanding scratches out. So basically it's just like sanding a car at this point. So do this and it'll get finer and finer scratches till the top coat. Okay, so looks like crap. I'm gonna do the other side real quick, and then we'll top coat. It just goes that fast, and the stuff you put on, it actually cures with UV. So we want to make sure we get it done while the sun's out. Okay, so looks like crap. This is the lens refinisher goo. Now you can polish this back up, just like kind of paint or whatever. These headlights are pretty beat up. They're all cracking and stuff, so I'll probably end up trying to find another set. Anyways, the refinisher, you put it in this little tray, and basically you're gonna dip, this is a magic eraser, and just kind of drag it across. That's it. It's been a while since I've done this, I'm not gonna lie. There we go, let the UV light hit it. It'll do its thing, self-levels. We get the other side real quick. Better than it was, but not perfect. Okay, so the headlights are all cleaned up. They're okay. There might be a little soft yet. They need a little more UV light, so we got a couple hours left. I then went over and I got all the little stone chips and all that taken off. So this actually looks really good. I'm happy with it from that far away on the camera in 420p. It's good. In here, I painted the wheel well with some undercoating and stuff like that. I haven't done anything with the tailgate yet. This side has been a battle. The the reflective tape, I don't know what it was, but it just didn't come off. It came up like little bits, these little honeycombs all over the place. I had to heat gun and razor blade, and it's just like, whew. It was a lot of work. So we haven't done any stone chips on this side. The fender and the door looks okay versus the other side. Anyways, and then here, I cleaned it up and I just kind of scuffed it down. So we're just gonna do just a little bit of paint right around there, just kind of cuz. And I think I might just dust it in here as well and do this little bit. And then up here we'll do with the touch-up brush. That's the plan anyways. It's hard to decide how far to go. Especially, I mean, this just truck for hauling junk, so we don't want to be too crazy, but tell Danny I have an obsession. I don't know what it is, but I like when like these daily driver beaters have nice paint, but my other cars I make look like crap on purpose. Kind of funny how that works. Man, that's a lot of stone chips.
Someone's screaming at the computer that you didn't.
Mask it, do it right.
Fill it in, that you're just going right over the holes.
Yeah, I get it. It's not perfect. We're just trying to make it look better going down the road, and this will slow down the rust until next year. If we fall in love with this, they do sell a patch panel you can put in, but really it's not even that bad. It just needs to be sanded down. Or the nice thing, it's white. If you can find another service truck or something like that, just change the box. Which means whatever is 8 bolts, brand new box in there, and it'd be perfect. Because the cab is actually in really nice shape. And then the hood, I haven't touched the hood yet, so I'll leave a few more coats, but the hood has all these little speckles on them. I'm fighting them. I mean, really should take it off and paint the hood, and it would make this truck way better. So that might happen. Or what if they sell like a real low profile bug deflector? Because that would hide all this, because the rest of the hood's fine. Well, mediocre. So I'll have to look and see if that's available on Amazon. But we'll put a couple things just standing back here. It already looks better than it did, right? So that's what we're trying to do. The old 10-15 feet away. The front there needs lots of stone chip.
She's a 3 dressed up as a 9.
She's a 3 dressed up as a 9. But it's a 1-ton, and this thing honks. So I'll put a few more coats on. We'll get it all kind of detailed up. And I think that's it. Maybe then we'll walk over next door and show all the products we're doing in between painting and detailing and stuff. It's not going down. We only have like 2 hands worth. So, alright, I'm back to painting. So we're all done. Well, not enough. Light's going down. We have minutes left. So that's the best time to show you how good the paint is. Right before dark. I ended up doing the hood. It's spackled with touch-up. So look at that. But then back away, so you can see how many, I mean, hundreds. But, you know, at whatever that is, 5-10 feet away, it's not quite as outrageous. So I showed you that side already. I got the rest of the decal off the bottom. You know, a bunch more stone chips fixed up and stuff around here. It does need to be done. Like I said, it's bubbling, so we'll leave it for right now. I've worked my hands to the white. So, get that all taken care of. Once it all gets hardens up and everything, we can, we'll polish it and whatnot. The tailgate, just gave it a quick once over at the bottom where it was all kind of rotten. Really needs a tailgate. Paint the step flat black. There you go. So that's transforming an auction, you know, city truck, service truck, whatever you want to call it, into something you can actually drive and be somewhat proud of. I'm always believing whatever you have, you really should be proud in. So spend a little bit of time. Like today was probably noon, and it's about 5 o'clock right now. So 5 hours, and I spent $100 on the headlight kit, the touch-up paints, a couple of solvents, you know, Windex, all those little things, and it looks much more presentable as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it. It's supper time right now, and I'm done. But yeah, look at it. I'm so happy with it. Back to the street she goes. We'll fill it full of junk and haul a bunch of hot rod parts home.